Good afternoon, everyone. I am State Representative Doreen Carter, and I represent House District 92. My district covers parts of DeKalb County and Rockdale County. We have the cities of Lithonia, Conyers, and Stonecrest in our district. And today we are here at the Georgia State Capitol to bring awareness to cardiovascular disease with women. And today is the National Go Red for Women Day. So if you're wondering why we all have on red, this is why we have it on. So on March the 29th, 2015, I personally was awakened with not really feeling good, pain in my chest, but not like pain in my chest. I really thought it was indigestion. And probably like most entrepreneurs who at the time didn't have health insurance, I pulled out my smartphone and began to try to diagnose myself. I did. I sent the kids to go and get me some Toms. I said, go and get me some crackers, give me something to eat, because I thought, well, hey, maybe I'm hungry. So I said maybe about after the 5th hour, I realized something was really wrong. And I proceeded to go downstairs to tell my sons, hey, I'm about to call 911. I didn't want them to freak out. And I did. And interestingly enough, when the paramedics came to my house, they took my pressure, and basically it was pretty normal, except for he said there was a little erratic rhythm. And he said, but we're going to go on and take you to the doctor so they could check you out. And okay, I'll say that's cool. We'll go to the doctor. No problem. And so we're proceeding to go to the cab. They checked to make sure who could take us. And I think maybe about 5 minutes into the drive, he slipped a piece of nitroglycerin under my tongue. And a couple minutes later, he put another tablet under my tongue. And then he knocked on the door and told the driver bells and whistles. So I'm still driving like, okay, we're going fast. But I did think, you know what, something's going on, so maybe I should pray. So I did. And so we went to the hospital. We did an ER moment. I thought I was watching television. I'd never seen this before. And it wasn't until the next day, really, after they got me stable, and I was told that my heart had been attacked, and that they were going to do an angio, and when they went to look, I had 100% blockage. So I am a miracle.
Amen.
And I really didn't take it serious. And here's the other things that was crazy too. My heart was pretty okay, my pressure, and I didn't have high cholesterol. So the things that most people are looking to see to determine whether or not there's something going on, mine wasn't there. And I think this is another reason why Go Red for Women is so important, because we bring awareness, and this gives us an opportunity to encourage women to go and take their physicals, go to the doctor, do your annual, because there are things that are going on in our bodies that we just don't recognize. Now, for me, historically, my grandmother had a massive heart attack. We didn't think much of it. She had a massive heart attack. My mother died in her sleep. We believed that was heart failure. And then my oldest sister, a few years ago, had a stroke. But I'm saying I'm Doreen Carter, so I never thought anything like that would happen to me. And again, this is why this is so important. So my friends here who are supporting me, we want to just say, ladies, please go get checked out. And here's some stats around cardiovascular disease. It is the #1 killer of women in the United States. We hear a lot about cancer. We hear a lot about other different diseases, breast cancer and all this, and Alzheimer's and HIV, and everybody's talking about all of that. But we need to talk about cardiovascular disease. In the U.S., every 80 seconds, a woman dies from cardiovascular disease. and 80% of cardiovascular disease can be prevented from lifestyle choices. Healthy habits. We definitely need to do more exercising. We need to eat a little bit better. And, around here there's food everywhere. And so maybe we can encourage them to do a few more fruits and vegetables. And another statistic that was very alarming for me was among African American women, there's 50% of African American women have cardiovascular disease that are over the age of 20. 20. So, and I'm thinking, wow, my oldest son is 20, and we're thinking things are happening in our bodies when we get older, but as the younger we are. So now, and it says, despite the fact that 50% of the women over the age of 20 have cardiovascular disease, only 1 in 5 think that they're at risk. And I'm one of those people. So the American Heart Association Go Red for Women Initiative, this began in 2004. The medical costs related to heart disease is over $237 billion. Well, it was $237 billion. It has risen up to $368 billion. So in my closing remarks, we want to encourage women to put yourself first. We have got to start taking care of ourselves. We take care of everybody but ourselves. We're going to have to start I'm going to have to put Doreen on my own calendar. So I'm going to encourage you ladies to put yourselves on your own calendar. So I want to step aside for a minute, and I want to have a couple of professionals to speak real briefly to you. We have Dr. Gina Lundberg, who is the clinical director and Emory Women's Health Center, an associate professor of medicine at Emory University. Dr. Lundberg is going to speak to us.
Thank you so much, Representative Carter. I think the most important thing is still increasing the awareness. So when this program started, Go Red for Women in 2004, less than 30% of women knew that heart disease was the #1 cause of death in all women. Today it's up around 52%, but where we're still lacking in awareness is in our younger women. Like you said, women under 50 don't think they're at risk, and our African American women, and even our Hispanic and Latino women. So we really have to get down to the younger women in these different communities to spread the word. But like you said, the good news is 80% is preventable. So even if you have a strong family history, seeing your doctor, knowing your blood pressure numbers, getting that treated if it's a problem, treating it early. Most people want to avoid medications, but the sooner you get on medications, the better. The healthy diet, exercise, diabetes, and cholesterol need to be measured at your doctor. But reducing these all will help improve risk for heart disease. And one of the most important things is to share this news with your friends, with your mother, your sister, your daughter, your colleagues. Make sure that all the women in your life know that heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have with us Ms. Lauren Fayette. And did I do it? I pronounced it correctly. And she is the lead nurse and Women's Heart Program Coordinator for Piedmont Hospital. If you come and speak to us.
Thank you so much, Representative Carter. Like everyone has said, 80% of the risk factors are preventable. And I think especially for women, we look at, of course, the nutrition and the movement piece of it, but stress kills. And I think that's one thing that we as women need to really try to understand and really try to focus on is how do we reduce that stress in our lives? We carry so much on our shoulders caring for family members and friends and feel like we can conquer the world, which most women can. But, really focus on how to take care of yourself and put yourself on the calendar. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, we also have with us Mr. Patrick Green, who is the Executive Director of Cardiac Care Center at Grady Hospital. He's going to speak more in our forum that we're going to have after the press conference. And I had State Representative Kim Schofield was with us, and we have State Senator Kay Kirkpatrick, who's also one of 3 physicians who is in the Senate, is with us today. And I think this may be all. I tell you a couple things. If you've had a heart attack, God, I can't believe it came out of my mouth. If you're like me, you've had a heart attack, one of the things that was very important was cardiac rehab. So we will make sure you're seeing your doctor. Emory St. Joseph is where I did my cardiac rehab, and it made a humongous difference in my life. So if you had an incident, please go and do some rehab. If you haven't had an incident, let's say go and check yourself out. Let's make sure that we're trying to be as healthy as we can. And possibly we could manage our stress a little better. Maybe we need 45 days instead of 40 days here under the General Assembly. That may help too. And I do have a resolution. So I'll read this and then we'll close unless you guys have questions. Recognizing February 2nd, 2018 as National Wear Red Day and for other purposes, whereas cardiovascular diseases are the #1 killer of women in the United States, killing 1 woman almost every 80 seconds, and whereas about 80% of cardiovascular disease may be prevented because many factors which lead to it can be controlled, including blood pressure, smoking habits, cholesterol levels, and physical activity. And whereas the American Heart Association Go Red for Women movement motivates women to learn their family history and to meet with a health care provider to determine their risk of cardiovascular diseases and stroke. And whereas Go Red for Women encourages women to take control of their heart health by knowing 5 lifelong numbers. So get your pen out. Their total cholesterol, HDL cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, and body mass BMI index. And whereas by empowering women to become more aware of their risk for cardiovascular diseases and in educating them on the steps necessary for prevention, thousands of lives can be saved each year. Therefore, be it resolved by the House of Representatives that the members of this body recognizes February 2nd, 2008 as National Wear Red Day and encourage all citizens to show their support for women and fight against heart disease by wearing the color of red. Be it further resolved that the Clerk of the House of Representatives is authorized and directed to make appropriate copies of this resolution available for distribution and to the public and the press. And finally, if you're not able to be with us down at the Capitol today on Monday, February the 5th, we will be in session, and the General Assembly will celebrate officially in the House and in the Senate Go Red. So we invite you to your house on Monday. A session starts at 1. You can wear red and you can sit in the gallery and you can join us as we bring acknowledgments again when we're in session. So I want to say thank you all for coming. And we have Representative Jackson has joined us, my office mate. I told him y'all gotta wear red. You want to speak real quick? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. He's so supportive. I'm sorry I didn't see you over there.
No,
I was reading.
No, you did an outstanding job. First off, thank you so much for hosting this event. I mean, it's so important for us to acknowledge not only because we're wearing red, but because why we're wearing red. And so it's great to stand in support. And I love red. Not that I'm a Kappa. I'm not a Kappa, but it's, that's right, very good, that's right. But this is an outstanding thing that you're doing because our health is absolutely critical. And so when you take care of your health, all Georgians will not only have the quality of life that they deserve, but demand. So, and we're doing our part down here under the Gold Dome to make sure that health care is a right for everyone. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? We can't stand here and not advocate for quality and affordable health care. So we are encouraging our legislature to expand Medicaid in Georgia. Because there are too many people that are without health care, are without affordable health care, and they'll do exactly what I did. They'll pull out their smartphones if they have them. They'll try to self-diagnose. And baby, just maybe, we could save a few more lives if they had affordable health care. So I'm State Representative Doreen Carter. It's Go Red for Women. I am a miracle in front of you. I had 100% blockage, but I'm still here, and I believe that this is why I'm here, because we must spread the word, we must bring more awareness, and we must take care of ourselves. Thank you for joining us today. Be blessed.